Falcon 1 is Team Coach, Flight Sergeant James Bruce. Falcon 2 is Sergeant Gaz Nicholson. Falcon 3, Sergeant Ben Salmon or Samo. Falcon 4 is Sergeant Sean McCabe. Falcon 5, Sergeant Bobby Benari. Falcon 6, Sergeant Doug McCall. And here they come, perfect information as they come down to land. And here they turn into their ducks position for landing. This is incredibly hard to do, ladies and gentlemen, so again, keep the cheering going. This is amazing stuff. Flying in formation is not easy, let alone with a parachute and landing all synchronised at the same time. But let's not forget, there's still one parachute is still in the air, and that's the Officer Commanding of the Irish Falcons, Flight Lieutenant Stu Philpott, flying the Union flag, flying the colours for this country, and here he comes down to the ground. Last but not least,
and factories and targets. What Andrew is doing today is fly low and turn and continuous turning, trying to stay in front of the public so you can have a good view of the aircraft.
And that is certainly the case. USO, and of course we've already mentioned old Buckingham's 453rd Bomb Group, who gave the ultimate during the war. Bomb bay open, fast run. 453rd ran consolidating.
The company we fly for, they will probably do special flights even again on the Dakota next year.
That sounds spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Today. It looks really easy flying it around up there. He tells me it's quite a slippery beast and you need to keep on top of it, and especially at the landing, so keep your eyes open when he brings it into land.
That is a beautiful sound, isn't it? I suppose if you're looking modern ways now, Learjet's not actually ended production this year. We will make you aware of the Disasters Emergency Committee donation line, which you can text to donate on 70150. 70150. So if we look to the west, since the age of 10. Probably put cushions on the seat. He's a commercial pilot, but he loves this sort of flying all the more. Four-seat Yak 18T, conceived as a sort of communications aeroplane and an air taxi, and this So our next segment we're calling winding up the beautiful de Havilland Beaver in front of us. John Rebane of the Aircraft Restoration Company. They're the ones that produced this fabulous restoration. As the flying comrades come in, and it's going to be joined by an aeroplane I haven't seen displayed in all the years I've been doing it, when Pontius was a pilot, a champion super decathlon. Aviation, particularly on floats. Undergoing trials in Vancouver at the moment. It's a float-plane Beaver with an electric engine. Comes right round. This machine, as you can see, might be an aerial Ford Transit, but it's got a good turn of heel. This one was built in 1960 for the British Army Air Corps. It was brought to Harden near Chester and assembled at the de Havilland plant there, and eventually joined the Army Air Corps Historic Flight. From their use, it was moved to Duxford in 1998 and given a painstaking restoration. to 8 passengers if they knew each other very well, which I'm told using American spelling is aerobatic backwards. Still in production, if you'd like one, Tony's Aerial Advantage Company are UK agents. Now I have to be careful with my pronunciation here. On the wing at the top and underneath you can see muck off, because they've just launched a new company that takes the muck off vehicles and motorbikes. They're specialist in cleaning, and they're just breaking out into cleaning airframes. Now, I'm still used to stamps and envelopes, but if you're into what I understand is Facebook or Instagram, Tony and his company are running. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 Spitfires. Squadron. The ground crew hadn't painted on the individual code. There was too much of a hurry. The black and white split underneath at the time was considered. Squadron leader Stevenson shot down a Junkers 87 Stuka. Then he too was shot down, crash landed on the beach at Samgat near Calais. He became a prisoner of war, eventually ending up in the famous Colditz Castle. He was one of 5 from 19 Squadron that was lost that day. And now we turn to our duo, having been graced by the Mark 1. And up they go. Closest to us is the PR-11. Lee Proudfoot. Brian Smith leading the formation in the Mark 9, MH434. The Spitfire has attended every one of the old Buckenham displays. They're getting the iron now. Sky full of turbulence. We can make it clear round. Alex Rainier, you'll be seeing him later on. Dave Brothers. And now it gets difficult. 2 red ones. Andrew Monk. Or maybe not. That's the rushing dry. Yes, they are. Oh. Don't worry, folks. These are flower bombs, and I know what you're going to ask. What sort of flower? Plain flower, of course. My entire career has been leading up to that line. Well, who'd have thought that old Buckenham was such a rough neighbourhood? They're certainly taking exception to that house. These flower bombs... I think we can say that one was frightened. Getting it in his sights. Diving for the target. Yes! A direct hit. Because the cockpit is open, he's already popping a sticker of a balloon kill on the side of his cockpit. Balloon sneaking away at low level here. Dave Brothers. Alex Rainier. Lieutenant Dwayne Francis of the United States Army was getting annoyed as a German Fischler Fi-156 Storch cheekily did a reconnaissance run above his airfield. And there, with its flaps forward, its leading edge flaps, barn door like rear flaps, slow flying, is our replica Storch. Dwayne Francis flying an L4 Cub, and it was appropriately called Mr. Is. The L4 isn't equipped with weaponry, but he got his sidearm, a Colt 45. He could drop the door on the Cub and maybe inflict some damage on the Storch. Who knows? He's got to get close and he's got to get above so that he can aim down. And he's got to find something on the Storch that's going to be lethal. That's got to be the Argus engine or its pilot. So he's got to get, as they say in the American films, he's got to get a bead on his enemy. The Grasshopper, as the Cub was known in the army, was the eyes for the guns. And the Luftwaffe were determined to get these machines out of the sky because their tanks and their artillery were vulnerable to them. A case of brandy to any fighter pilot who could bring one down. Now, could a Cub bring a Storch down? He's having a go. He's only got his sidearm. Is he going to get him? Enraged, he's firing out of the door. He's determined to have a go at the German. He doesn't know it, but if he brings this machine down, it's the last shoot down of World War II in Europe. He's miffed. He's got to have a go at it. Flying aeroplane, capable of getting into the smallest of strips. And now he knows he's in trouble. He's got to get away from the Cub. Dwayne is with the 71st Armoured Field Battalion, 5th Army Division. And his dander is up. Just got to get that position where he can have a go at the cockpit or the Argus engine of the big Storch. Nearly. He's annoyed. Will he? Can he? His foe certainly knows he's in trouble. One more shot could be it. He's got him. He's trading smoke. One more for luck. Dwayne Francis doesn't know it, but he's just entered the history books. If he brings this Storch down, and its pilot is anxiously looking for somewhere to land, and he knows. But by landing where he is in enemy lines, for him, the war is over. Became the most unusual air-to-air kill of the war. And the Storch is down. And there's the Cub, beautifully done. A victory pass. feeling of exhilaration, feeling of surreal, a surreal feeling I should think, brought a Storch down. The Cub you can see before you is an L4H, built 1944, Lockhaven in Pennsylvania. The Storch is a 75% kit plane from Serbia, a Slepchev Storch, built in 2004 with a Rotax engine, but who cares, it looks the part exactly. Ben Bentowski is the pilot of our Storch. Sam Rotmo is the unusual aerial duelist in an L4. Now, the pilot of our Storch is not going to get away with it. Thankfully, he's unhurt. Spectacular forced landing. And he's being taken prisoner. The rain is down alongside him. Can't believe his luck at what he's achieved. This machine was over Buckingham Palace for the celebration flight past. Cost, phenomenal, but not as bad if you spread the payments over 36 months. Typhoons have been deployed to the Baltic states. The hope that they never needed to be used. High angle of attack. The computers and activators on board allow the aeroplane to fly in a manner that no other can. Called a dirty barrel roll. Undercarriage down. No impediment to aerobatics. Flanders, 1939 to 1942. Built in 1939, this is yet another aircraft restoration company, painstaking restoration. It first flew at Duxford 2018, it's graced the skies ever since. One other flies in the UK, that's with the Shuttleworth Trust at Old Warden in Bedfordshire. Now the type's main claim to fame in the later years of the war was serving with the special duty units at Tempsford in Bedfordshire and their forward operating base at Tangmere in Sussex. Painted black, they would fly members of the OSS deep into enemy-occupied France, dropping off agents that were known as Joes, no matter what their sex, flying at night, dropping into tiny fields that were lit with jerry cans in an L shape, knowing full well that the people that might be awaiting them were German troops and not French resistance workers. I thoroughly recommend We Landed by Moonlight by Hugh Verity, who flew many missions into enemy-occupied territory in these wonderful aeroplanes. In a way, you could make a comparison between the Lysa. Now, Old Buckenham has the first publicly available charger in the UK and the fourth in the world, and it's its first birthday. Down at the eastern end, you'll have seen the solar array. It's exclusively solar powered. It's not connected to anything. It's not sneaking and having electric wiring underneath the ground. It's a very clever system. It recently charged a Velis Electro using direct sunlight to the panels. It does build up to a battery bank as well, but this was straight from the solar panels back into the aeroplane, which you see so beautifully above us, powered by sunlight. Now, Nebo are promoting and growing the use of this aeroplane across the United Kingdom, what they call sustainable. Spitfire Mark 8 and a Messerschmitt 109. In its genes. Now, classically, our Spitfire has got the enemy on its tail. That's a Spitfire Mark 8, built in 1944. The 8 was the first version to try and counter the threat of the Focke-Wulf 190. These two are enjoying themselves. enjoying this. Got him. Mind you, at that range, he couldn't fail. The Messerschmitt looks for somewhere to put down. Meanwhile, our Spitfire celebrates its victory. In the time-honoured way. Ladies and gentlemen, that was so sweet. Paul Bonham and Steve Jones. Brilliant. Again, two consummate pilots knowing exactly how to display their machine. Debs, on about Nigel. I know out there you've found the gem.
Thanks, Ken. Yeah, as we said earlier, Nigel learned to fly back in 1985. Now, this aircraft here, the Harvard, he displayed that. We were trying to work it out. We think it was 2019 was the first year that he displayed that. So he's been doing that for a few years now. This is a very...
ladies and gentlemen, let's do a count. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 Spitfires. I think we need another one, and here it is. And this one is the Suffolk Spitfire. And yes, those were American markings on it. The Americans had taste. Colours of the 309th Fighter Squadron, the first group to commence operations in the American 8th Air Force using Spitfire Mark 5s in 1942 before they departed to join the 12th Air Force in Malta at the end of the year. This is yet another mark for us. We've had a Mark 1. George Hay is the pilot and the owner. He's recently got his display authorization and he's very, very happy with this aeroplane. He sold his business some time back and realized that he needed something to do to occupy his time. And his wife encouraged him, go out and buy something, well, different. Came back with a smirk on his face and said he bought a Spitfire. She naturally thought that was a soft-top sports car. Oh no, it was that. He's transitioned to it and he loves it. He's learning its heritage and its flying characteristics daily with a big, broad smile on his face. To buy a sports car. Well done. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings on that big wing. Could take 8.303-inch machine guns, offering a barrage of lead at the enemy. Prototype Hurricane was well in advance of the Spitfire chronologically. It first flew at Brooklands in November. Still with the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, the last 14,670 machines. The Hurricane reckon, a much underrated warhorse. That's Clive Denny back. Beautiful, beautiful. Hurricane 12. So, you can already hear the noise. A pair of 550 horsepower Pratt & Whitney Wasp radials. As our two pilot makers. Get ready to roll in. Now, Debs, we got Nigel Wilson. And you were great bringing out all the dirt on Nigel earlier, and I'm sure there's more to come. But we have an incredible piece of history to announce. From a very, very modest man, and that's Rod Dean. And Rod's flying the aeroplane in Portuguese Air Force colours. Rod told me this morning that in May 1972, now my maths isn't very good, but I think that's half a century ago, he did his first flying display in a Royal Air Force Hawker Hunter over Warwick School. Rod, this is your 50th anniversary of flying displays. Listen to the fabulous rasp of those engines.